It's Peggy and I work with Emma. We've been running this community interest company for nearly 6 years, and Mindful Art Club is it. We offer peer support mental health groups in community services funded by charitable grants, um, and we use mindfulness and art to help people feel better. I'm just looking at what is Mindful Art Club. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you our website because it gives a little overview of share the screen. Sorry. Um
Oh, well done.
that's there's a big easel with a egg on it, and that's our logo is an egg because we say I am enough or you are enough. And I am enough means I'm an egg in French, but I am enough, it sounds like I am enough. So um yeah, that's our homepage. So we offer online sessions. We offer that to companies and individuals as well, and weekly sessions in the community, which are free and funded by charities, and downloadable sessions like videos and mindfulness recordings, and a Pablo Picasso themed mindful art session. We we worked with Plymouth University, I think, or am I going to say that later?
Oh, yeah, maybe we'll say that when we talk about the impact we've had.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, when Annabelle worked for Tectona Sailing, we had um um we we took one of our groups onto a sailing ship and we made loads of pirate flags as the art project, and got them displayed at Plymouth Pirate Weekend on a pirate ship. That was quite fun. And I'm just going to stop share and then show you what kind of projects we do.
That was really nice to come along to that session, actually, Peggy, and meet your participants every week. It seemed like it was a really important part of their week, just coming together over crafting, and the way that you hosted that space was really lovely to see. Very peaceful and made people feel calm in that space.
Oh yeah,
Thank
you
you.
mean when we actually did it on the boat? Yeah, we all loved um that day out. Right, just getting some pictures of what we do. Sharing. But I can't believe I couldn't find the pirate pictures, but there's which were really lovely. But there's so many lovely pictures on our Facebook because we've been doing it for so long. So we've got we went to a charity ball. There's some photos of us. We had a member that was doing a charity ball, and so one of our groups all went to a ball. There is all different art projects, gratitude trees, design your own house. Um, some of these are addiction recovery groups. Some of these are mental health groups. One of these is a partnership with a charity called Marbles Lost and Found. That's the day we made pirate treasure maps. We draw paisley, we've drawn jellyfish. Oh, we decorated jam jars. These squiggly things are called neurographic art, which is a mindful meditative drawing thing. I'll just keep showing you. Basically, all of our art projects are cheap to do and easy. You don't need to don't have to have any talent. And then oh no, that's the day we painted a garage door for another charity. And we do some outdoor retreats. Is it going too fast, or is this look?
No, yeah, you get the picture.
Oh
So
yeah. Do you want to sorry.
Yeah, so people that come along you know, basically people who are suffering mental health problems like depression and anxiety, and also people that are really lonely, want to meet other people. So, you know, the whole point of our group is it's not really about the art so much, it's about bringing people together, and art is a way of, you know, that kind of community feeling where you've got something to do with your hands, because obviously people can be very anxious, shy. It's really scary trying new things, isn't it? And if we find that, you know, if you've got something simple to do with your hands, just like doodling and stuff, then it kind of takes the pressure of you to, you know, have that kind of like full on eye contact conversation, you know. And some people like coming and, you know, they don't even want to talk. They just like listening to sort of the burble of conversation around them, and just get lost in other people's stories. So at the moment, we're running 2 groups at a women's centre in Plymouth, 2 groups helping people struggling with addiction, and 1 group for the community in a community centre. And the format of our groups is we meet, and the first thing we do is like we have a chat about our week, which, you know, some people really need to get stuff off their chest because they've got no one else to talk to, and, you know, they might have had a really bad week. And the lovely thing about our group is the peer support. You know, someone might be going through something and someone else will say, oh yeah, you know, that happened to me a while ago and this is how I dealt with it. And because people are really honest in our groups, you know, we kind of like encourage, you know, people to talk about anything that's going on with them. You find that close friendships are really quickly forged there, because there's no kind of like, yes, I'm fine. You know, it's like, this is happening. I feel bloody shit this week. You know, I haven't talked to anyone. And you find that kind of that these friendships are made of these sort of shared interests, and people meet each other outside of the groups. And also what happens is that, you know, people are accessing other mental health support and other groups, and they tell other people about what's happening in Plymouth. So you find that people might go to our group, then find out about something else, and suddenly this whole new world is kind of opened up to them. You know, we get people who come who've been basically stuck in a house for 2 years and haven't spoken to a soul, and they come to one of our groups, and with obviously at the beginning it's really hard talking in front of people. You know, I used to absolutely find it excruciating, but the more you do it, the more you kind of get to know people, the easier it is to open up. And you know, and then they come to our group, then they find out about something else, and it's changed their lives. So we have a chat, and then we do some mindfulness to ground ourselves. Then we do something called mindful drawing, which is drawing with your eyes closed. And we always do subjects which make people feel happy, like, you know, something with your eyes closed, a wonderful day you had, or a lovely holiday, you know, even if it was 10 years ago. And then we talk about what we've drawn, which also kind of, it's all about conversation in our groups, because I feel that conversation is the way to connect with other people, telling our stories, you know, finding out about each other. So it's not an arts and crafts group where we sit there and someone plonks down some art materials and we get on with it. It's all about, you know, connection. And all the art projects we do are all really simple. So it's for people who, you know, haven't done art since primary school, and they might have been told that they were crap at art and it's put them off ever doing art. But I mean, there's loads of research papers showing how creativity helps your mental health. It's called being in the flow, and, you know, you cannot be anxious and creative at the same time. This is something we found out the other day. There's all this research about it, and it's so true. You know, I find it from my own experience. You know, I can get really anxious quite a lot of the time, but I'm also like doing a lot of art at home, and it's impossible to have negative thoughts when you're doing art, because immediately it just puts you in this space where you're not obsessing about the future or the past, and you're just totally in the moment with what you're doing. So I've got a couple of testimonials to read out from people that have come to our groups. This is a guy called Jack who came to our addiction group, and he, from a very early age, he was involved in country line drug dealing from a teenager, and he found our addiction group. We can't take credit for him giving up the country lines because he'd done that 2 years beforehand, but, you know, so by the time he came to our groups he was off drugs and everything. But he wrote this lovely thing Joining the Mindful Art Club has generally been life-changing for me. I found the group at a time when I felt life was overwhelming, navigating probation after criminal offences, feeling lost, and honestly not sure where to turn. But the moment I walked into the club, Peggy and Emma made me feel welcome, understood, and supported. Their kindness and dedication shine through in everything they do. It's not just about the art, it's about creating a space where people can breathe, reflect, and reconnect with themselves. They have this incredible ability to make everyone feel at ease, no matter what they're going through. Each session feels like a step towards healing, a chance to express emotions and process tough feelings in a way that feels peaceful and empowering. What's made the biggest difference for me is the sense of community they've fostered. Everyone there supports one another, and it's been such a comfort to connect with others who understand. Peggy and Emma don't just run a group, they create a lifeline for those of us who need it most. And thanks to them, I've started to build hope, confidence, and believe in a brighter future. Mindful Art Club is much more than I ever expected. If you're looking for a place to heal, grow, and just be yourself, I can't recommend it enough. I feel so grateful to them, to have found them when I needed them the most. So, that's just really moving when you hear things like this. It makes the stress of continually finding funding, which is stressful, kind of worthwhile. And I've got one more. It's from someone called Michelle, who before she came to Mindful Art Club spent sort of a long time going in and out of prison. I've been attending Mindful Art Club for nearly a year now, and it's been a hugely positive impact on my life. I've had a really traumatic couple of years, and I've ended up in prison. I was terrified when I moved back to Plymouth as to how I'd cope, especially after being discharged by community mental health services. One day, someone at Headspace told me about Mindful Art Club, so I went along and was made to feel so welcome. It's given me the permission and freedom to get in touch with my inner child and have fun playing with art without being judged or told what I've done is rubbish. I laugh so much more now. I love the connections I've made with others. I feel accepted and like I belong. We share what's going on in our lives and mutually support each other. It encourages me to get out of the house because I know I always feel better afterwards. I use art at home too as a way of distracting from painful emotions. Being involved with Mindful Art Club has really helped me turn my life around and help build my self-esteem and confidence. The progress I've made is all down to being part of this club, and I've not been in trouble with the police and only had one attempted suicide despite facing some huge challenges. Without being able to attend, I would more be likely to have been in trouble with the police again, and now I have the hope of a brighter future and a chance to be a good mum to my 4 grown-up children. So that's just sort of wonderful to hear this stuff. Last year we did this, year before that, 9-month collaboration project with Plymouth University to prove what we do works. So that was interesting. And it did prove that it helps combat social isolation and mental health issues.
I've just put a summary of the research into the chat that the service users were involved in designing the research project, and they sort of found that our creative activities provide a distraction from negative thoughts and social anxiety, and it encourages flow, a relaxing, empowering experience. And attending Mindful Art Club can boost confidence and self-esteem while reducing social isolation. Participants made statistically significant improvements in their mood from attending our sessions.
That was really lovely to hear, guys. Thank you both so much for that, and really lovely to touch on the impact as well. It sounds like such an essential sort of lifeline to the community of Plymouth.